from events of the past days, ranging from NSAS Memorial and then followed by the trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Abuja court. These events are instructive as they are also forming their own contributions to our national discourse, experiments, strategies, and as well as helping us to shape our next course of actions. But the good part of it is that they are always, keeping us, posted as to what our last experimentation fetched us and what should happen next. Before I start, there are some important aspects. Most of you already know what went down during NSAS and what went down in the court. But there are significant parts that help us to accentuate or emphasize or bring to the important focal areas the parts that we should really take lessons from and cue, serious ones, and use them to guide our next decisions going forward. Although these are things that we had predicted before and we had told you it will happen this way. But you understand that a lot of people will always want to say it first before they believe or accept or agree. I'll speak to it, but just see this one first. See this one. Some of you must have seen it, but see it again and let's analyze together.
So threatening to kill me. See this one. See, I'm here. He's threatening to beat me in court of law. One day you will need justice and you approach the court. Look at them, all of them, with guns inside the courtroom. All of them here. Even when you are giving this they will start them without any fire. As if that is enough. If these people can they stand the Sultan of Sokoto, can Sultan of Sokoto be seated outside? Look at Opadike. This is His Excellency, a former governor in this country, sitting down outside the courtroom because the unwielding DSS refused lawyers and the elder statesman like him not to have access to the courtroom. Make una tell us, is this a democracy? I thought the judiciary is independent. Let the world hear this.
Okay, so that was the first one, and I am happy some of you saw. I know that all of you have different reactions to it. To a lot of people, it still doesn't mean anything, and it's fine. But see, you remember that we said it. Sowore himself said it when they first came to abduct Sowore in court. Sowore said, "You think it's because I ran in 2019? No, they have been doing this to us even before we joined politics at all. Before we decided to be partisan. While I was student union leader, it has always been the same tradition. These people just don't care about all of us. The Nigeria and the constitution they have for themselves is for themselves, not for all of us. And they have been saying it long ago. But you know what? When it happened to Sowore, a lot of people will say, oh, she been at Sowore. If to say nah, Igboho, we for no agree. Which is where I am going. If to say nah, Nnamdi Kanu they do am too, we for no agree. But why must it even happen to anybody at all? Does injustice have ethnicity or tribe? That was where we started missing it. Now listen to this. If you think I'm the one making it up, some of you also saw this interview I had with Femi Kuti, wherein he said that part of the trauma they had growing up as well as children was because of the rejection they faced, even when their father was fighting for everybody. Listen to this again.
The way forward, I am totally against is division, tribalism, ethnicity, call it whatever, division, general blaming. I will even give you one. When Fela was being beaten, a lot of people will say, if you say Fela na Igbo man, we no go agree. Generalization. Why did he have to be Igbo? Fela was fighting for Africans. Shebi na Obasanjo na town man. Growing up in school, my mates too, I used to have arguments. Shebi Obasanjo na Yoruba man too. My school days were very bitter. I was having fights every day, defending my father in school, growing up as Felaso.
Well, if you want to blame somebody for doing the way they did, at least I am happy at the events that have happened in the past few months. You understand? Number one, if you think it is happening to somebody because he's carrying Biafran flag, what did it matter when somebody carried Oduduwa flag and he did not even go to the north? He only wanted to go to Lagos to go and have a simple rally. Oh, some said, oh, it's because you already call it revolution now. Otherwise, it would have been acceptable to say acceptable that you want to chase them out of power, because breaking Nigeria also means you want to chase them out of power. Whether you want Nigeria to remain one and chase them out of power, or you want to break the country, you still want to chase them out of power. So if you like, call it Oduduwa now or Biafra now, we are not saying you should leave power. We are only saying give us our own country. You are still demanding power from them. You are still asking them to leave power. It's just the fact. So responding individually as an ethnic has never favored the struggle for liberation in Nigeria. Take for instance NSAS. The reason NSAS was as successful as it was because everybody came together regardless of whether they are outside, and that threatened the country, the ruling class a lot. Now listen, if you want to respond as an ethnic, shebi they have kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. As a country therefore divided, oh, Showore was asking for one Nigeria, leave him, is on his own. Okay, you that you are asking for Biafra, say what the way they are treating even Chiweta Lagu just for wearing Rising Sun. Oh, if you think it's because it is Biafra, if it were Oduduwa, they would not have treated us like that, because even Tinubu or Simbajo, our Yoruba brothers, are part of this government. Shebi when it happened, see what happened to Igbo. Have those people you relied on said a word? But if you think it is because you are Igbo or Yoruba, okay, even while you are Nigerians carrying the Nigerian flag at Lekki, they still shot and killed people. So at the end of the day, we all have the same enemy, the people in power. And for as long as we are responding as ethnic units, individual ethnic, fighting one at a time, that is where the lesson is. They will crush us individually because we are not bonded together. Listen to what Femi just said there. That they say, oh, because Fela na Yoruba, and na in Yoruba brother they deal with am, Obasanjo they deal with am. Okay, fine. Now we be Nnamdi Kanu, you don't fight. Shey una don Kokuma don divide the country. There's a video we uploaded yesterday from the court. Ohama Dike, that same man that lawyer was complaining that they shot out of the court and gave him plastic chair to sit outside. That same man. When they interviewed that man, do you hear what he said? That chieftain, Igbo chieftain, said a new Nigeria is about to be birthed. And that new Nigeria will be heralded by the kind of election you people will have in Anambra on November 6. November 6 election will herald Igbo presidency. Again, I tell you, most of the people who are interested in Nnamdi Kanu's case are abroad. The people who are on ground are just interested in using that case for political negotiation. Listen to that word, political negotiation. Most of those you see there, whether you call them lawyer or you call them that they came in solidarity, they came in solidarity because it's their brother, not because they believe that he must divide the country. They are Nigerian lawyers, I tell you. Now, most of these people who came to court to solidarize with Nnamdi Kanu in court yesterday, they are lawyers even for some of the political candidates in the coming election in Anambra State, November 6. I'm just telling you, I know you don't like to hear the truth, but I will tell you all the same, because the ones we have said in the past that you did not like, you can already see them coming to fruition or happening right before all our eyes. Let me tell you. Now, those people came to court yesterday, not because they want the country divided. Now, when the person who gave that interview, that chieftain, said something, you know what he said? He said November 6th election will be peaceful and it will be the end of crisis in the southeast. That was somebody who came in solidarity with Nnamdi Kanu, who wants the country to break, saying that don't worry, in November 6th election in Anambra State will bring about peace in the southeast, and that they will now start talking about Igbo presidency. Now, let me tell you, the first enemies of that statement are Igbos. Guess what? Most of those are Igbos abroad, not even Igbos in Nigeria. And I'm coming to that topic too. The same thing, all Nigerians in diaspora who are misdiagnosing the problem at home. I'm coming there. So the first set of enemy that chieftain would have are online Igbos who are in diaspora, okay, who want the country to break. Now, those ones will be like, what is Igbo presidency? You can't have it. Igbos are the ones saying that too. Now, who will support you? Who will follow you? No Igbo presidency, we want Biafra. Now, the people who want Igbo presidency are already divided. Now, the phrase Igbo presidency already has ethnic coloration and character in itself. I am not against it. Whoever the president is, I don't care. If I find myself in Yoruba Republic tomorrow or whatever Republic tomorrow, I don't care who the president is, as far as it is well governed. I don't care. Whether it is Igbo presidency that will give us what we want, I don't care. But I believe it is not ethnic presidency that is determining bad governance in the country. If it were about ethnic presidency, we had Obasanjo, and we had Jonathan from the south too. It is not about ethnic presidency. It is about the true character or the true characters for governance filling those positions. Now, I am coming somewhere. After the Igbo brothers will say, what do you mean by Igbo presidency? What we want is Biafra. Igbo already divided against itself. You are prolonging the journey again, because even if it was supposed to take 5 years to achieve something in bond, you are taking it further by another 5 years, making it 10. And I'm coming somewhere. Hausa will now hear that one and feel like it is a gang up against them. That, oh, Igbo presidency. So this is all about, all these things you have been fighting, all this is all about taking power away from the north for yourself. What do you think they will do? They sense it as ethnic fight or crisis. They are not seeing it as brotherhood anymore, because you have ethnicized the movement of fight. But I'm coming somewhere also. Now, what I also see again is that our people on ground do not see themselves as tribes. They know that the problem they have is bad leadership, and that bad leadership cuts across tribes. Now, these people are united in power. The oppressors are united in power, and they keep telling you, if you truly want power, you must have to organize yourselves. But they don't also want us to organize, so they continue to sponsor the divisions. And anytime you are divided, they are happy. The reason NSAS really threatened them that much was because NSAS had no tribal coloration. So they found nothing they could use to divide people. The same way NSAS did not really have religious, coloration. So they didn't really know what to use again to divide people. Everybody united. You saw Christians protecting Muslims and praying together during the Lekki, sin that we all saw. What does that mean? The people in Nigeria know that ethnicity is not their problem. They go to church together. They watch sports together. They belong to Man U, Arsenal, and go together. They do everything together. They patronize one another. They don't see themselves as tribes. What they see instead is that they are oppressed people. That is why when they came together and fought NSAS, it was more massive and national than any other ethnic movement you have ever seen in Nigeria. But guess what? They don't have all the backing they need, including financial, because they needed to sustain that action. But guess what? When our brothers who are abroad, who we can call our big brothers, because yes, you have, in fact, let us even say you are the ones sustaining Nigerians. Every Nigerian who collects their minimum wage every month is not enough, because by the time they go back to market, the price of food stock is no longer what they bought it the last time when they collected salary. So the people sustaining Nigerians are those of you abroad. And since those of you abroad are also yearning for change and progress, and since you are also yearning for it, it is now important that we are also united in focus. Meanwhile, those abroad, I'm sorry to say, have misdiagnosed the problem, and as such are misapplying techniques. Those abroad largely want the country to divide because they believe it is the ethnics that are the problems. Whereas those in Nigeria who reside here know that the problem they have is actually not ethnicity. Consequently, while those abroad are sponsoring one agenda, it is working in reverse gear to those who are on ground who know what the problem is. As a result, we are not able to achieve harmony. The day the salvation of this country will deliver or will happen is the day those who are abroad, who are interested and yearning for a change, realize the purpose and the direction to go and have it in harmony with those who are also on ground ready to fight. But for as long as you are sponsoring a different direction of agenda, which is almost working in the reverse to those who are on ground and ready, that harmony or that division that we have is also going to be helping the ruling class, because those in the ruling class are happy about our division. They do not want us to unite, because that is where the game will be over for them. Look at Anambra, for instance. They will tell you, oh, it is ABGA or PDP. Meanwhile, the APC have their own machination, regardless of whether at the end of the day, they are bringing your brother too to come and become governor in APC. So whether you vote them or, they will even be happy that you don't come out to vote. They just need few people that they can pay to come out, and they will base their outcome on the number of people that turned out. So if you like, sit at home, they don't care. We also know that our Igbo brothers in the East do not also care about the election. Wherever they bring, they will accept it that way and continue their agitation. But we still need to bridge it. We still need to bridge all these efforts. And SARS is a very good time in history, because it brought something that gave us big lessons if we really know how to harvest lessons from events and happenings. You know why? When those abroad were supporting those on ground to continue to stay the fight, guess what happened? The government was afraid. It was at that point they decided they would have to shut down Twitter and almost all social media platforms. It was at the same time that they said we have to shut down Flutterwave and other means by which people abroad were able to support those on ground. That is where we are supposed to learn it, that what they are afraid of is our unity. So even if you want to break the country, we must begin. Let me begin to allow the comments now. I'm sorry I have not been allowing it since. It's because I was carried away. The reason they don't want us to unite is because they know their own game will be over. And let us start with their constitution. Those of you who say the constitution is not working, you are working in a direction. Those who say the ruling class are deliberately oppressive, they also know what they are saying, and they are working in a direction. Those who say, oh no, we must break this country, they are only responding to a surface of the problem. And I will explain it. See, the Hausas that you think are our problem, most of them are also victims. The only reason they are doing what they are doing is because they feel it is their brother that is still in power. They are only working and operating on crass ignorance and ignominy. They are working under the cloud of manipulated ignorance to think that because your brother is in power, automatically therefore means you are privileged. Big lie. Big lie. They will realize when that their brother leaves power and they look back and ask, okay, even when our brother was in power, what did we benefit? Nothing. So they are just operating under ignorance and their eyes too go clear. That is the fact I'm giving you. So don't think because the Hausas are defending their brothers in power that they are privileged. They are not. Most of them are also suffering like the rest of us. It's just a fact. In fact, the reasonable ones among them who understand are already they talk now, they speak. We approach sometimes, you see. Some of you will say, oh, it's disguise. It's just they are not disguising. The ones who can think among them know that Buhari being from the north is just a smoke screen. Doesn't change anything about their status. They all know. It's just the same way when we say it. Obasanjo was president, our brother. When we look back, there is even no road to Ota. As I speak with you, no good road to Ota. Until now that the Buhari that we even think is a problem. If you go from Abule Egba, Face Songo, the construction they are currently doing is under the Sokok bond. Yeah, the big banner, the signpost is there. Sokok bond. The one that we think we hate so much. Yes, he has his problems. Is this, is that, is grandmaster of nepotism and injustice. We know. But even at that, when we look back, what did Obasanjo do? It's the same way when the Northerners too will look back after Buhari leaves. That they say, okay, we overprotected Buhari and we thought every protest against him was against us. Okay, now that he has left, what is our gain? I'm sorry, lights went off. So you have to understand I'm talking from Nigeria. I'm so sorry. Okay? But anyways, let's continue. What is important is that we are able to treat this topic well. Let me see how I can change it to get better light from the window. Okay. Can we manage it this way? Now the point again is, oh shit. So let's continue. At any rate, at least you have idea who is talking. So now, you see, well, by the time the Northerners will look back to, they will understand that the biggest challenge they had was not because we are in Nigeria, but because the people they think somebody is yabbing me here up Nepal. Thank you, no wahala. It go better. So let us all realize the way we sustained a unity of purpose between Nigerians in diaspora and Nigerians residents in Nigeria that achieved that shook the government, that made the government so afraid. If we can do it again and sustain it, you will understand that is where our problem is. That is where our problem is, that we are divided. Sometimes we are divided under religion. Some people will say, oh, it's an Islamic agenda. When some people, 5 persons that were arrested from pastor in NHS church in Abuja, Dunamis church. If you think what is going on in Nigeria is against the Christians, I am sorry, even in the church, they have collaborators. So it is not a religious problem. They are happy that there's mass ignorance dividing people, thinking that their problem is one tribe or religion. It is not. They deliberately made it so. So the next time you see injustice happening to one person, and you think, oh, you can allow him to be punished because of his tribe, fine. We will be here again later on to continue to remind ourselves. Or if you think, oh, it is happening because he's being persecuted because he's a Christian. Well, Pastor Bakari, who wanted to start Nigeria for Nigerians, few days ago, you saw it now. Aha. Few days ago, you saw it. Pastor Bakari went back to Buhari. So, I was talking about the Constitution. Thank you for reminding me. KG Finney on YouTube. The Constitution is for them. So all those things you see in that Constitution, they wrote it for themselves, and it is working. Because the idea is to keep the oppressed people oppressed and obedient and subservient. So if we must have a new country, and that brings me back to the topic that you can see there in the title of the broadcast. Before we can divide, we must first unite. They are happy that we are divided because what they want, they are united up to oppress us. We are responding in ethnic units, and they are crushing us one by one. But if we all bond together like that too, and cause an upheaval, that is the end of the game. So how about we change strategy? I've always said it. We need more strategies than energies. We have the energies already, but it is most times in the other direction. Let us ask, for instance, that we all unite. You will be shocked that they will be the ones to say no. I think it's time we divide. Because they always want the opposite of what we want. I'm telling you, they want the opposite of what we want. So when you are asking for division, they are asking that Nigeria must be one. Because they know that what we are asking for, that thing, it is what will trans them. So they will ask for the opposite. So if you truly want to divide Nigeria, unite first against them. You will give them run for their money. You know why? I was talking about the constitution, and we can come in from there. Until we have a constitution that is truly our own, if we unite on that constitutional matter, say that constitution does not represent our existence and being, it's not for us, we have no idea what you are talking about. If we have a truly people's constitution, and then we can have our clause in our constitution that we have rights going forward to say we want to divide. We have united to decide that we can divide. We can unite to decide that we can divide. But if we are divided to say we cannot unite, if we needed 10 years, to get things right in this country, if you continue to go in this route, you are extending the number of years you now need more before you get liberation. Pure fact. Test it. We have been testing it anyways. Continue testing it. So when they went to drag Showore out of court the other day, if I was in court, the judge ran away. Yeah, Justice Ijoma Ojukwu, she ran away. She could not stay for the next case. They abducted Showore broad daylight in court. Some people applauded it. Some of the people here now shouting this and that, they were ailing it that day. That Showore himself too much. Imagine he's calling for a revolution. Imagine he's doing this and that. You applauded it that time. Now it is your own turn. At least you that you are not calling for a better revolution or better country, that you are asking for something different. It is now your own turn. They did it against you. Did you see that lawyer? In case you joined late, let me show you just once more.
Also threatening to kill me. See this one. See, I'm here. He's threatening to beat me in court of law. One day you will need justice, and you approach the court. Look at them, all of them, with guns inside the courtroom. All of them here. Even when you are giving system of justice, they will sack them without any crime. As if that is enough. If these people can just stand the Sultan of Sokoto, can Sultan of Sokoto be seated outside? Look at Okwadike. This is His Excellency, a former governor in this country, sitting down outside the courtroom because the unwilling DSS refused lawyers and the elder statesman like him not to have access to the courtroom. Make una tell us, is this a democracy? I thought judiciary is independent. Let the world hear this.
And in case you joined late also, I also played to you let me do that again for the sake of those who are just joining. It's just few seconds. Femi Kuti had this to say when his father was persecuted. Many people said, Shebi na Yoruba, they will not join. Listen to it again.
The way forward, I am totally against is division, tribalism, ethnicity, call it whatever, division, general blaming. I will even give you one. When Fela was being beaten, a lot of people will say, if you say Fela na Igbo man, we no go gree. Generalization. Why did he have to be Igbo? Fela was fighting for Africans. Shebi na Obasanjo na town man. Growing up in school, my mates too will be saying, I used to have arguments. Shebi Obasanjo na Yoruba man too.
Did you hear that? And on like that. So we continue to divide ourselves in their interests. To say Shebi na injustice is injustice. It has no tribe. And let me come back to that lawyer. Shebi, we have been talking it since. Where is the place of NBA? Is this the first time they are seeing such thing happening in court? What did the NBA do? What did the NBA do? So, because some of them are government appointees, attorney general of a state, PA to the attorney of this and that, most of these lawyers. So when it first happened, what did the NBA do? Did they rise as a body to say this is not acceptable in the court of law? They did not. Now they are serving all of them round one by one. By the time you finish desecrating the court, there will be nowhere to run to for anybody again. Until then, gentlemen and ladies, keep basking in it. Let us find a united front. It's very important. If you don't unite against this behemoth, you can see the way they are tweaking lights. They will bring it, they will take it, they will bring it. It's because they don't even want to give us at all anyways. You understand? So, NBA did not rise against it. Judges are still entertaining DSS, punishing individual Nigerians in court. No boycotts, no protest against it, nothing whatsoever. Now it is their turn. Showore said it. He said all of you will be served in your own coins. Is it not happening? NBA did not do anything because it is Showore, not Atiku, or not another big money bag. So because it is not a money bag, it should happen anyways. Don't you know you are making mess of your profession? Okay, now it is your turn. What can you do? It will go around to everybody now. Even at what happened yesterday in court, I am expecting at least that now that you see that it did not happen because it was Showore, it can happen in anybody's case. Now that you have seen, let us expect the NBA to do anything. You will see that they will still have excuses for not fighting against it. And they are taking their court away from them. See, was that a barrack or a court? See the way they heavily militarized the court, where you expect the common man to go and get justice. Now they have militarized the court. They are not even allowing access to the common man who is supposed to own the court. And now you are telling me that we should be responding as individual tribes or ethnics. 100 years from now, you are still responding as tribes and as ethnics. Until we all learn to come and bond together and see the common enemy as an enemy. We must first unite before we can divide. Because the decision to divide must be unanimous. The decision to divide must be agreed upon by what we even use to bind ourselves, called constitution. So we can start from the constitution. Let us all unite first of all to say that constitution does not represent us. If we unite on that purpose, and we now begin to have input into that constitution, it becomes easy for all of us to now say, let us have that clause. If in future we feel that this thing is no longer fashionable to have ourselves as one, it will be a clause in the constitution. But guess what? It would have been unanimously decided. So when they have a constitution that says the unity of Nigeria is not negotiable, you truly cannot until you unite first. So let us unite against them. Until we unite against them, 100 years from now, una go dey respond as individual ethnics and you will never get anything. They will just continue to kill your people for nothing. I told you the story of somebody who called me and was angry. Guess what he was angry about? He was angry that Showore went to solidarize with Nnamdi Kanu in court. This is an Igbo person, no, not Hausa. Angry. He's a Showore fan, but he's an Igbo person. He's not in Nigeria, but he understands what's going on. He said, I love Showore so much, but I do not think I am happy that he went to solidarize with Nnamdi Kanu in court. Guess why his reason? He said he lost 2 brothers in 1 year, in 1 week. In 1 week, he lost 2 brothers. One, an uncle. The uncle is a police officer. He was in the police station. ESN went to burn down, allegedly ESN went to burn down the station. His uncle died in that station. And truly, we know that ESN have been threatening that they are burning police facilities. The same week, the Joint Military Task Force and the police went to launch a reprisal against ESN. His brother, who is a member, also died. Now, guess what? You think you are fighting Fulani and you are turning your fatherland or your motherland to battlefield. No Fulani has been reported dead. Have you been killing Fulani or Igbo people? So, listen, I have always said it. To win a war, you need all your things, all the elements you need should be 90% of strategy and 10% of energies. If you have 90% of energy and 10% of strategy, you will drown your strategy in your energy and you will end up losing the war. You will only end up killing your own soldiers because you lack strategy. Let me say this again. We need strategies more than we need energies. And to strategize, we need that unity to strategize together. There's need for an upheaval again. We need another round of answers, not another round of Biafra or Oduduwa agitation. Now, Omeka Odima Ojoto, thank you very much. I agree with you. But you know how, as much as I agree with you, we know who the victims will be at the end of the day. And we know what the end of the day will still be. The fact is that the person who called me to say that he lost 2 brothers and is angry with Nnamdi Kanu is an Igbo person. And I am not the one who made it up. Go to the East, ask people questions. You will know that most of the people online did not really get their diagnosis well or correctly about what is going on in the East. I am telling you, the people who went to court, most of them came to solidarize with Nnamdi Kanu for political purpose, not because they wanted the country to break. Yeah, I tell you for free. So, Omeka, you cannot shut my mouth. The highest you can do is to leave the platform. Go to where they lie to you and continue to kill your own people. I won't say more than that. But please, remember we warned you. Okay? Remember we warned you. You can continue to deceive people online. We know some people are benefiting from these things going on. I am telling you, some people are making money from it and they are happy that it is happening because that is where they make money from. But I will tell you, it is not in our collective best interest that we are killing our people in the name of fighting imaginary Fulani enemy. The truth is, the Fulanis that are perpetrating what they are perpetrating under political cover given by your own people in power. I am telling you, they are operating under cover given by your own people in power. The same thing in the southwest, Yorubas. When we told you that, hey, it's not a tribal affair, and that the first enemy Igbo will have are Yorubas, people say I should shut up. Maybe I shut up. I started doing other things. Are we not back to the topic now? And another problem with people like Omeka is that whenever they tell them the truth, they think you have been paid. Yeah. There's nothing they have not called us. Hey, Eru Fulani, Fulani slave, Janjaweed. What other things have they not called us? They will say government paid you. The same government will say has paid us for coming out to tell ourselves the truth. It's the same government that is also sponsoring people to attack us when we fight against them. So at the end of the day, you people, I am even suspecting that Omeka belongs to that class of people that they call them data boys. The people they give money to go and buy data. and come and be attacking people online for speaking the truth. You are one of those making money, I suspect, because you have never. The way to know those type of people is that they will never come here to give you arguments or any reason for saying one. They will never even make any point. They will just come here and abuse you. No point. So it is easy to know people like that. So you say poor goats like you. Fine, thank you, God bless you. I know what your father looks like, because the place you are living in, if you are abroad, if you are living abroad, the place you live in, that is how they describe your fathers when they took them as slaves. So if you recognize a goat, it is because you are one, or your parents are one. I don't even have to attack you. I should go and look for work. I can employ you. Yes. What is your qualification? Omeka. Anyways, we are not supposed to be reacting to data boys. We know data boys that they give money to come and be attacking people online. But it's fine. Let me see whether there's other comments I can react to. Thank you, Meyowa Akinrele. Charles, say, my friend, please, how do you protect yourself against the barrel of a gun if you can answer this question? Well, the fact is that we have always said this thing for a very long time. We have always said this thing for a long time. There's no power with the gun if we are united. And I'll prove it to you. There's no power with the gun if we are united. Power is nothing. The gun does not shoot itself. People operate the guns. And whenever we have united, check at NSAS, police were removing their uniforms. Soldiers were removing their uniforms. Because when they saw crowd, they did not know where to start from. That was why they had to go and shut the lights to do what they did. They can't face people when they are united. There's no power with the gun. I'm telling you the fact. No power in the gun if people are united. The only time the gun ever had power is when we are divided. For instance, SARS comes to your area, they grab one person, and all of you are watching. The moment you are watching them doing what they are doing and they are succeeding at it, they will do it successfully. But if the whole community mobilizes against them with their gun, they will run away. There is no power with the gun if we are united. It is the same way that there is no power with these people in power if we are united. Their power lies in our division. That's just the fact. Their power is in our division. So they are happy that we are telling ourselves the truth, and some elements, lumpen elements, data boys are coming here to be attacking us without putting forward any reasonable arguments. That is the way. Those are the people we say. They have energy, but their energies are misdirected. It is important that we start coordinating all these energies into gains for our collective liberation. Otherwise, I have not come here to market APC to you. I have not come here to market PDP to you. They are the same. But I have come here to say that we need our liberation, and that the only way we can get it is our unity. And the only thing that data boy can say is to come here and be abusing his father, saying his father is a goat. The same slurry language they used to describe his father when they came to take his father as slave. He's using it against his own brother. Crass ignorance. Describing somebody as a goat because you know what a goat looks like in your family. You see? Slurry language to your fellow motherland brother. We need to start learning. I don't forget them, but the fact is, we must also continue to use their ignorance to educate them. So I'm only using his ignorance to educate him, to go back, that you don't call a fellow human a goat just because you have no reasonable submission to make. You don't have a point, and the only thing you can do is to call somebody a goat because you have no point. If you have a point, you bring the point and not abuse. It is the point that you will bring, not an abuse. But you don't have points. You are a data boy. So until we all learn to come together, if you come out as Biafra, they will crush you because they are united, and they are more than you when they are united. If you come out as Oduduwa, they will crush you. We told you. But if you come out together and say we are Nigerians and we want this, they will be scared. They will run away. But for as long as they come, look at what will happen in Anambra on November 6th. I will tell you for free. They will give money, bring money out. The same Igbo, not Hausa versus Igbo now. The same Igbo want a governor. Igbos want a governor. They will use party to divide you. That is how they do. If they want to divide us in any, they will look for what underlying factor would divide us better. So the same Igbo people in Anambra, they will use party to divide them. PDP will pump money. APC will pump money. People will divide themselves along party lines. Guess what? They will still kill themselves. Igbo, killing Igbo. All because of what? I am APC, you are PDP or APGA. And they will still do it. And at that time, it is not Fulani Janjaweed. It is same brothers, Janjaweed. So they know how to divide us. Once they bring their money and they will use party as factor for division. In Anambra, in the same country, the same states, Anambra, the same tribe, Anambra people, the same statesmen, they will use party and money to divide you on that day. Some people will say, oh, it is Soludo. Others will say, no, it is Ifeanyi Uba, and so on and so forth. You know, they will now start using money to gather their own supporters, gather their own support. They will still shoot themselves. It's the fact. They will use party in Anambra on November 6th. Write it down to divide you. So the same way they have been using divisions, religion, tribes, and all that. So for as long as we still have elements, lumpen elements like Omeka and Co. But the joy of it is that the more people that unite, the lesser the number of makers, the lesser they are, so that we can fight this fight at once. If you react as PDP, they will crush you. If you react as ABGA, they will crush you. If you react as Biafra, they will crush you. If you react as Oduduwa, they will crush you. But if you react, all of us react as oppressed people, they will run away. Gentlemen and ladies, that is my sermon for this afternoon. Bye for now.